about Dallas, make it hurt.
A lot of energy. Love it.
Hey, y'all. We have a special guest in the building.
Very special guest today.
Yes.
I'll let her introduce herself.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Hi, everybody. My name is Rachel B.
Rachel B. up in the house.
I love the energy. I love the energy, y'all. Thank you guys for having me.
No, of course. So, we want to introduce you guys to someone that's very, very special to us.
Yes.
This is Rachel.
Yay.
We have a very, very long history.
You make it sound bad.
It started very teacher student, and then it developed into what we are today. So I'm very, very happy to have her here. But before we begin, I am Brittany M, and I'm with the lovely
Tasha J.
and we are MajahPoint. Okay. So a quick background. I met Rachel when I was a freshman in high school. So that was 2009 was when we met. And I had tried out for the JV cheerleading varsity team. And this bitch didn't pick me because she was a couch.
Wait, what?
The couch.
I don't recall.
She was a couch. She was a coach.
I don't
And
recall.
I didn't make JV varsity. And then after that, I was like, fuck that team, fuck them bitches. I don't give a shit. Our friend made it.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't make it. So then come senior year, I'm like, you know what? It's my last year of high school. I'm going to go for varsity. And then I made it for varsity.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
she was the coach. And she
The
made
moral
me,
of the story is, guys, don't give up.
don't give up. I'm trying. And I remember the day of tryouts, like, she was about to start like picking out the people on the team, but I don't know what she was doing. She was taking so long. And I was like, hello. And she was like, oh, my bad. She was like, so Brittany. And I was the first one she picked. And that's how it started. And then as life would go on to expand, she one day decided to bring her boyfriend to practice, and that boyfriend had a brother. And
I don't recall.
Little here, little there, long story short, that boyfriend's brother then became my boyfriend. So Rachel and I at one point in time were sisters.
Yeah.
And then
Oh, what a time.
that boyfriend fell away. Obviously, I'm not with him anymore. And then we just developed a beautiful friendship.
It's my ride or
love
die.
her dearly.
Ride or die right here. We done
I
seen
love her
some times.
We have. I love her dearly. And then she's around me all the time. And then obviously Tasha's around me all the time. So
Yeah.
obviously they became friends. And
Yes. And
that's
I love
how
Tasha too.
So we're very excited to have her here with us. And we
Yes.
have some really interesting topics today.
And actually, it's a good spin on what you just said because our topic today is
Friendship.
friendship.
Yeah, so the interesting thing about this episode is that it's going to be a two-parter, right?
Yeah.
So I'm calling it the Rachel series.
I'm dead.
I get a series.
So we're going to do part one, and then we'll jump right into part two. But before we start, I want to ask you guys either how your day was or just something interesting or fun that happened to you guys today.
Ain't nothing happened to me today. As I was telling you, I'm just realizing I didn't eat nothing but grapes all day, so I'm a little hungry. But this wine is
By the way,
this
cheers.
wine is it.
Oh, yeah,
Cheers. Cheers. Clink, clink.
Clink,
Clink, clink, clink, clink, clink.
Cheers, Walter. Walter's like, y'all hoes better not leave me out the damn thing.
That's
dead.
funny.
Friendships. Okay.
That's good.
So.
Wait, I have something funny that happened today, though.
Oh, yeah, you said you asked us about.
Yeah.
Sorry. I went right into the
Completely.
That's all
topic.
right. I
me.
forgot too.
So, Rachel, you drive. So, Walter, you drive? Okay. So, I'm trying to merge into the belt, right? Rachel, and clock me because maybe I deserved what happened to me. Maybe I
Let's
did
hear
not.
it.
So I'm driving. I'm trying to merge into the belt. Obviously, there's cars in front of me. So the car in front of me is like a SUV, kind of like your car.
Mhm.
And Next to her is like a gap big enough to fit 2 cars.
Okay.
But she's still driving straight. She's not merging. So what I do is that I merge behind her. I go right in behind her to the space. She still had space to merge inside of me. She didn't. So in my head, I'm like, oh, she's probably one of them bitches that likes to merge at the end of the thing, which to me literally makes no sense. Just
No,
merge.
if there's space to merge, I'm
just
merge.
merge.
As soon as I get the opportunity, I'm
So
merge.
I'm like, okay, she's not merging. So I go to pass her because eventually I need to get over to the lane. Right when I'm about to pass her, she starts to merge. So I go around her and then I go and then I merge to my lane, whatever. And when I did that, I saw Shorty in the back in my rear view. She's like, in the back. And I'm like, oh, whatever, bitch. I don't give a fuck. I did it. You too slow. Don't hesitate next time. Oh, well.
I mean, if you're asking me if you're in the right, no. If you're asking me would I do the same thing, yes.
Okay.
You see her in the mirror going like that?
My rear view. You can see it from the rear view. So then I'm driving and I'm like, it'll be crazy. Like, I want her to pull up next to me. Tell me why she pulled up next to me. And she goes,
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Tell a hater I said, fuck you, pussy.
Hold up, but did y'all ever watch Beef on Netflix? Was it on Netflix?
no, I didn't watch Beef.
You gotta watch it because it'll give you
Is
a
it with
whole
the Asian guy?
Yeah, with it started off with a road rage situation just like that, with somebody sticking up their middle finger, and then everything went left. I'm not gonna give any spoilers, but everything went left after that.
Watch it.
I will say that I feel like dangerous situations happen because of road rage.
Yeah.
You know,
I used to
really
be like
get
that.
angry.
I used to be like that, and like seeing different situations that happen, I'm like, let me just calm down.
Yeah.
It's not worth
I used to
it.
be worse.
It's not worth it.
I used to be worse.
Yeah, you used to be like, what the fuck are you? We rolling down, what the fuck are you? And I'd be like,
no, because it gets me so irritated because when you drive, you can't worry about you. You almost spend all your time worrying about other people.
Yeah, because no
they're
matter how
so
good of a driver
dumb.
you are, everyone's doing some stupid shit.
Exactly. So
I could
then
curse
I
on
was
here,
just
right?
like,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay.
I was like, did I deserve that middle finger? I was like, maybe I did.
You
Maybe
did.
I didn't. But
You did.
Rachel, it's not my fault. You hesitating,
did.
bitch.
You did.
Don't
You
hesitate
did.
next
You
time. That's
did.
not on me. That's
I'm
on
dead.
you.
It is what it is.
That's
You
on
did.
you. And then I saw Oz later, and I'm like, I think I might have deserved that. I might have. And the funny thing, she lucky that I didn't pull up next to her because I got stuck in traffic because I was gonna blow her a kiss.
I'm dead.
That's how you respond to a middle finger. Absolutely.
I laughed because she was just, and then she did it, but she pussy while she driving away. I'm like, why you don't do it? Why you park next to me, bitch? So
Wait, I don't get how she did it. If she's driving on this side, she just did this. Like,
so her driver's side will hit my passenger side.
oh yeah.
So then when she was driving by, I saw it, but it was like going. And I was
But
like,
let me tell you, that happened to me one time. I was in an Uber, and the Uber driver did some shit and like cut in front of somebody and gave him the middle finger as he was passing
Uber
him.
gave him
The
the middle
Uber
finger?
driver gave the guy the middle finger as he was
It's a little
passing him.
unprofessional.
So I'm like, whatever. But then the next, we reached the stoplight. This is on Flatbush. We reached the stoplight. The guy stops his car in front of us so that he can't drive anymore. Comes out the car, and I'm in the back like, oh my God, what's about to happen?
Oh my God, you're in the Uber.
I'm in the Uber. I'm in the back of the Uber like, holy shit, what's about to happen? I'm like sinking. I'm like, oh my God, not this way. And he starts cursing at the driver like, you said fuck me. You said fuck me.
Was the driver
Adam-
black?
The driver was not black, but the guy who came out the car was black. And he's like, you said fuck me. You said fuck me. And I'm like, hello, sir. Innocent bystander in the back. And the man goes, yo, you lucky you got a black sister in the back of this car. And he leaves. I was like, oh, thank God.
No, but as a
I was
Uber-
so happy to be black in that moment.
No, as an Uber, that's a
He
little
shouldn't.
unprofessional.
No, I definitely
Yeah.
gave him
You don't
horrible.
do
Like I
that.
definitely wrote in the app like, you put my life in danger by
Yeah,
sticking
you
the
don't
middle
do
finger
that.
up.
You don't do that.
Absolutely
Now, if
not.
you're by yourself or your personal car with friends,
Yeah,
it's
do what you
something
want to do when
different.
you're by yourself. I'm not fighting a battle for you, sir. Like I
Yeah.
saved his life for being black.
No,
I mean, a lot of Uber
he's
drivers
bugging.
they're willing to risk your life. There was one that almost killed me, my sister, and my nephew.
Oh my
Recently?
God.
And
Recently,
then he laughed. No, this was like last year, maybe a year before that.
Why he laughed?
And he
He
chuckled.
laughed.
It was a nervous chuckle. He was supposed to do a U-turn, but you know, I don't know if you know, like Flatbush and Avenue P.
Yeah.
You know how all those cars are
Yeah,
coming.
yeah, yeah.
So all those cars are coming. He's trying to do a U-turn, and I'm like, oh, oh, oh. Because I'm like, sir, I just see the cars coming, and he goes, oh, and then he's like,
Oh my
and he makes
God.
a U-turn, and then I'm just sitting there, and I'm just like, sir, you almost killed us, and he just, and just like chuckling. I'm like, sir, do I give him 1 star?
I'm laughing
I
when
was
I
like,
have
sir.
Oh,
to
you
do a
can
job.
give 0 stars.
No,
One is
the lowest?
Yeah, one is
Yeah.
the lowest. Because
Yeah.
0 stars is basically you just don't rate them.
Yeah.
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 So I gave him 1 star.
I don't be rating. Maybe that's why my rating be like a 4.8.
Oh, you
I
don't
don't
rate?
rate.
I rate.
Let me not say that.
I only rate if it's something really bad.
And I only tip if they like come
Or
out
if
the
it's
car
something
and
really
help
good.
me.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all be tipping?
I don't tip. Sorry.
I
Okay,
will
me
tip
neither.
if I'm like
Well, I
going
don't
to the
tip Ubers.
airport and they like
Oh,
help me
help
with
you
my
with your
luggage.
luggage.
Help me.
Okay.
There was one man, he helped me all the way to the door. Like
Oh, that's nice.
so I was like,
Yikes.
I'm tipping
Yeah.
you.
I'm
Yeah.
a start.
I drive, so I don't really take
I'm a
Ubers
star.
like that.
I
Yeah.
Uber a lot. I don't drink and drive, kids. I don't drink and drive.
Mm-mm.
Good
As
advice.
I
As she drinks.
don't drink and drive,
But it's
kids.
just one glass.
This is
I
one
think
glass.
it's
Yeah, it's
fine.
one glass.
No, yeah, 1 glass of wine is usually like the legal limit.
Yeah.
Like you won't, a breathalyzer won't. It
Yeah.
won't
Absolutely
spark.
not.
You won't
No.
do
Won't
nothing.
spark
Yeah.
that.
Absolutely not.
I mean, I had a vodka. What was it, Rachel? The vodka soda.
Vodka soda.
Yeah, that
Oh,
was.
that's yummy.
But the White Claw one. That's the one I had earlier.
Oh, that's yummy.
It was.
I'm not a vodka
I
soda
didn't like the
girl.
pineapple flavor. Maybe another flavor would hit.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Yeah. Friendships.
We got so off topic.
that is the topic of today's episode.
Yes.
So friendships, in a sense of what makes a good friendship, and
also like the do's and don'ts in friendships. I think like
yeah.
with some people, like I don't know, I feel like it all depends on your foundation of what you want a friend to be. Like I feel like gradually over time it gets better when you get older and wiser.
Yeah.
Like I know when we were like young and I could see like when I was in elementary school, middle school, how people became friends. It was always like, oh, you have the same doll as me, or you have the same name brand clothes as I do. Or in high school, it's like, oh, you know, we like the same boy, or you know, we
I didn't know
all
where you were going with that.
you know.
I didn't know where you were going, so I was a little concerned.
Oh, because I was actually you in your right to be concerned, because I was gonna be like, I know 2 girls that became friends because they're like, you know, we both suck the same boy's dick, like, you know, and that's how they became friends. Like that's really the story. So it's just like, you know, like
Some friendships come from strange things.
from
Wow.
strange things, really. And I really do feel like people be friends sometimes in like when they're young, superficially. But then eventually I feel like you end up being friends, or you finding a friend that you feel like, oh, this person actually fits me very, very well. Like
Yeah.
for me, I didn't grow up with like, when I was young, I didn't grow up with like friends. I like my sisters were my friends. My mom was my friend.
I mean,
Because
but
you know I'm Haitian.
but you also have 5 sisters.
I do.
Oh wow! I didn't know you had so
you're the
many.
5th.
Yeah, I'm
you're
the
the
fifth.
5th. 4.
Wow.
But they were significantly older than me.
Yeah, that's true.
They are.
Okay.
So it was weird because like I'll be 6 years old and I'm hanging out with a 16-year-old. Like we don't have the same interests and stuff like that. So I was a little like, I guess you could say I was a little wiser because I had a whole bunch of older people around me. But you know, like I was saying, like I'm Haitian, so like l'église, la caille, l'école,
Well,
right? Like
if that's it.
which is like home, school, church. You don't know nothing else like outside of that. And my thing is like my mom always wanted me to be friends with like her friends' kids.
Yeah.
If they were my age, but I'm like, we didn't vibe as well. It's like, yeah, they're cool, but
I don't like forced friendships.
me too. It was just like, So I didn't really start like having like my foundation of friendship until like I hit like 7th grade.
Okay.
And then I like, it was funny how like I met my one of my best friends. It was just like us, we were dying laughing at something that my teacher was doing. We just looked at each other, cracked up, and then we were inseparable after that. It was really simple. But I feel like after that, but I really do feel like that friendship is what taught me how to be a friend after, like, you know, afterwards. Because I feel like it's different when you have friends, like when your siblings are your friends and how you build that relationship. Because I feel like your siblings are your first friends. You
My
know?
siblings were not my friends.
I'm dead.
Still not.
Well, you have brothers.
They still not.
Oh.
They don't hang out with me or nothing. Like, let me stop. No.
I hang out with well, most of my sisters they're away. And sometimes we don't like, there's like, I have a sister that I'm like, but like I do have one sister that I'm extremely close to.
Yeah.
And then like
You guys
we
are
have-
actual friends.
we are actual
Yeah.
friends
Outside of sisters.
Exactly. Like if we weren't sisters, we probably still be
Still be
friends.
friends.
Yeah, most likely. So I just feel like I don't know. I feel like I always had like, it's easy for me to make friends. I feel like everywhere I go, I can make a friend.
You have a great personality.
Thank you. Yay.
That's true. You do.
Thank you. Yeah. And it's just, it's been easy, but I also feel like I've just learned so much about like how to be a friend outside of like, I guess because I was so sheltered, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like when I was a kid, so it's like, I feel like my friends help me kind of like unshelter myself.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, no, definitely
Yeah.
makes sense. I mean, for me, a lot of the friendships I have now are friendship that I've had for like 30 years.
Mm.
I feel like, and those friendships definitely evolve because, like you said, like when
Mhm.
you're in like kindergarten, pre-K, like
Yeah.
the things that make you want to befriend somebody are not the things that now at my big age would make me want to be somebody's friend.
Yeah.
So definitely what got us to be friends, which of course I don't remember, is not the reason why we're still friends now. Like maybe in kindergarten we did like the same boy or something. I
Yeah.
don't know. We was liking boys in kindergarten, but I don't know what exactly caused
I
us to be
was.
friends then. But like it's not the same reasons why we remained friends
Exactly.
now. But like to be able to have a 30-year friendship, you done seen some shit.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And you changed so much in that time frame.
Mhm.
So you didn't like. I've had friendships that are older than y'all.
Yeah.
I have friendships that are older than y'all. Literally,
That's
that's
beautiful.
crazy. That's crazy. I mean, I do definitely feel blessed.
Yeah.
But in the same respect, I do have friendships that didn't make it the
Yeah.
30 years,
Mhm.
and you know, friendship breakups. Those are
That's tough.
hard. I feel like those are harder than like actual romantic
I agree.
breakups.
No,
but-
seriously.
It's heartbreaking.
So I got a wax today, TMI, I guess. I got a wax today. And Renee Aesthetics, like I'm gonna make sure I put her at name and everything because she's amazing. So make sure you guys check her out.
Okay,
No,
promo.
we were right. No, we were talking about that because I mentioned to her that I was recording later, and I mentioned to her that sometimes when you break up with a friend, like a best friend, is definitely harder
Yeah.
than a romantic breakup.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Like
you grieve
I
it.
love Oz, you guys. Like that's my man, that's my husband, that's what we call him, by the way.
Who?
My man.
Oh,
You call him Oz. On the
Okay,
show.
Yeah, Oz. There
Okay.
you go. And she said, Oz.
okay.
Who's that?
I was telling her, I was like, I love Oz with all my heart, you guys. But if I were to lose like you, the other two, or you, I would be heartbroken.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
absolutely heartbroken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because to a certain extent, you guys define who I am.
Yeah.
Right? You guys make up who I am. And I think that's the beauty of having really good friendships is when you can say that.
Yeah.
Right? When you can say these people define me, they make me better, they uplift me,
They shape me.
They shape me and
Mhm.
they bring something positive into my life. And like Rachel said, I'm very blessed to be able to say that because I know some people that can't even leave their partner with their friends because they don't know what will happen.
Yeah.
You know, and
I
that's
know people-
crazy.
yeah.
Like I could, with my eyes closed, blindfolded, drop me in a well. I could leave Oz with any of y'all, and I know
You will get him back intact. Like, come get your man.
I will get him back exactly how I left him. But that's
Mhm.
not
So,
only.
Can I ask a question?
Sure. Of
Yeah.
course.
If you had a friend, like if it was Tasha or myself or one of your other two, that like you love with all your heart, but you know that she's the type of person that you couldn't leave around your man,
Oh.
whether it was Oz or anybody else, do you think that that would be like a deal breaker for you in that friendship?
I don't necessarily think it will be a deal breaker. I would just have to adjust,
Mhm.
right? If I know she a hoe, I just got to make sure she's not around my man,
Oh, I would adjust.
and that's it. I would just adjust.
I mean, not adjust. Sorry,
You
I would.
wouldn't be able
It's
to
a
be
deal
friends
breaker.
Oh, it's a deal breaker for you?
Yeah,
breaker
because
for
I
you?
feel like trust is a huge thing.
Yeah,
Like I
that's
feel like
true.
if I can't, because it's like my man's gonna have to be around.
Mhm.
Like
Well,
you know what I
but
mean?
Alone, I'm assuming.
Yeah,
is
like
a thing,
alone.
right? Alone is
Oh,
a
kind of
thing.
like
Alone.
if like he can't drop her home. Like I can't.
Yeah,
be like, oh,
yeah,
can drop her
yeah,
home.
yeah, yeah.
I just feel like I feel like it's a deal breaker because it's like, damn girl, like you will do something like that to me, like that's kind of messed up.
Yeah, like where's your loyalty?
Yeah, where's your loyalty?
Mhm.
That's horrible.
Not
You don't have to
necessarily
do
saying that she would, but you
Yeah.
personally
You know
don't trust
that
it.
Oh, you don't
her-
trust it?
Yeah,
Or you know that that's her personality.
yeah.
Like she probably wouldn't do it to you,
Yeah,
but
she
you
might not
know
do it,
that
but yeah.
that like character wise.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's how
character-wise.
she. That's what I was saying. I would just adjust and just make sure that I don't put anyone in a circumstance where
Right.
that will have to be.
Yeah, yeah.
I would probably still be able to do it because I trust my man.
That's
Yes.
that's the next point
Okay.
I was
Trust
going
my
to get to.
man.
Like if you trust your man enough,
I trust
then-
my man wholeheartedly.
Okay, Oz.
Yeah,
I
I
do.
feel like
Oz is killing
I
me.
feel like if it's just her personality, then I feel like if she never gave me a reason that I should be threatened by it.
Mhm.
Because some people have that personality, but they maybe do it to other people. But I feel like if you ain't doing it to me, then
But
Yeah.
then the
With
reason can be she does it in general. So another thought process could be, why wouldn't, like, what makes me so special that she wouldn't do it to me?
That's true.
The friendship.
The friendship.
True.
That's true.
But I just feel like let's just not muddy the waters. Like,
Yeah.
just make sure it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
And then that way you don't have to worry about it.
I just feel like
I could deal with it. I would just have to be cautious.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
feel like, girl,
Same.
you do be cautious.
I mean,
Yeah.
Tasha, but you're
just-
black. You're very black and white, so I'm not surprised.
I am. I'm very like, what? Like, I don't have to. I don't have to worry about this.
Yeah.
If I don't have to worry about it, like, it's cool with me. Like, you know. So I'm just like, I don't want the stress, because then it's like, I'm just like, nah, deal breaker. Bye, girl.
Yeah,
Bye, girl.
I
Bye.
feel you.
Sorry. Like,
Do you have any other deal breakers?
me?
Or
I
in
just
friendships.
yeah. I
Yeah.
can't do like jealousy.
Mm.
Like, don't like, I don't like the whole like, because I have, you're like, oh, I wish I had. I think that's a pet peeve of mine, actually.
Yeah.
It's like, you don't know what I've been through to get to what I got. Like, what I like, you know what I'm saying? You don't know what I've been through to get what I have and what I deserve. Like, don't want it because I have it.
Yeah.
Like, or that type of jealousy thing. I think that's a deal breaker for me. Like, it's like a no.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like if you care about somebody, you want the best for them, and they should want the best for you no matter what. I don't care. Like, I'm the type of person, my life could be going, it could be in turmoil. But if your life is going really great, like, I legit
You'll
feel
be
like, I'm so glad that you're not in turmoil.
Yeah, yeah.
Because, like, this is crazy, but
what
I don't
hurts.
want you to be in turmoil. Like,
Yeah.
right? So I don't really feel the need to be jealous, or I just feel like if I really care about you, I just don't have that sense to be. So I just don't really, that's a deal breaker for me. And also, like, again, if I like can't trust you, if you're someone that if I tell you something, you gonna go and tell other people what I
Yeah.
said.
Yeah.
I just be like, bro,
100%. Yeah.
like I don't like that.
Yeah.
And also another big thing for me is, sorry, I just like spit. Consistency. Like, if I feel like
I didn't see it.
oh, I saw it. Oh, I'm sorry. I saw it. So I was like, oh, yeah, consistency. I feel like if you're not there for me, like, and I realized something, especially last year was the worst year of my life.
it
It
was
was
tough.
so bad. And I feel like the people that were there, that were present, and that, like, whether they were physically there, whether they send me like things and they did nice things for me or whatever, those are the people that, like, there are people that I wasn't even close to. I just met,
Yeah.
you know, like, through work, and they
Yeah.
did such nice things for me.
Yeah.
And I was just like I
You always remember who shows up.
Exactly.
In, like, your really rough times. You always
Exactly.
remember, like, who doesn't?
and who doesn't, and then
Yeah.
you. And that's exactly, I made a note of who just wasn't there. And also, like,
Not you made a note.
Like an actual note?
Yes.
Or a mental note?
mental note. So,
I thought you meant you read.
She read it.
But don't be surprised, y'all. I'm the type that would make a mental. I would write it down. I would write it down. I would, just to remember, because sometimes I forget, so I have to write it down. But, like, I do make a mental note. Like, I remember I was like kind of like dating somebody, whatever. And I felt like he wasn't there. Like, and I was going through, like, the worst time in my life. And I feel like if the roles were reversed, I would have been there for that person.
Yeah.
And
Some people don't know how to deal with people going through trauma.
they don't. But I feel
But
like
you can still be present. And
You
this
don't
is
say
fine.
anything, because
This is
I'm one of
fine.
those people. Like, I like when people cry in front of me. I don't
Yeah.
know what to
Me
do.
too.
Oh
Me
my
too.
God.
I'm like that too.
Like, they're there.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I laugh.
You
I do.
laugh.
I laugh depending on how you cry. Like, if we're sitting there, we were completely fine, and you could just burst into tears. I'd be like, "What the?" Like, I'll just be like, "Ah!" And I laugh. I'm not laughing at your crying.
No, it's a nervous
I'm
laugh.
laughing at nervous laughing,
nervous
and
laugh,
also my
yeah.
reaction to it, because I'm like, "Damn,
Yeah.
Tasha, like, fuck." And I'm like, "Ah!" And I
You
kind
know
of
why,
panic.
though? I'm saying that you can still be present for someone, even if you don't know how to handle it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When you were going through, Tasha,
yeah.
that was the closest I got to feeling that type of pain.
Mm-hmm.
And surprising to me, it shut me down.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to handle it. Like, I know how to handle that with clients. It's easy. I show up. I know what to do. But with you, I was almost like, oh my God. But that didn't mean that I wasn't there for you.
No.
Whenever you wanted to do anything, let's go. When
Yeah.
do you want it? How do you want it?
Yeah.
You want to do it? Let's do it.
Yeah, I'm dead serious,
If you
though.
told me I want to go
I
jump
get
off
that.
the Grand Canyon, I'd be like, okay.
That's very true.
Literally anything. I was like, okay, let's do it. Because it touched so close to home
Yeah.
that it almost like shocked my system
Yeah.
and it shut me down.
Yeah.
And I was like, but that doesn't mean I can't. I didn't. If anything,
But
I
did you
think I made us
communicate that to
closer.
her?
No, this is the first time I'm ever telling her that.
Because I went through
Something similar.
same
Yeah.
situation, and like I had a really, really good friend who, similar to you, just didn't it hit home for her,
Yeah.
and she
Is it
just
who I'm
didn't
thinking
know. I don't
No,
know.
okay.
I don't know if you know who I'm thinking of.
Because if I did, you would have said so. So I probably don't.
I'd say you after.
Yeah.
But similarly, I think in her mind, she felt like she wasn't showing up for me in that moment. And honestly, I didn't even look at it that way because I know the type of person I am too. I'm not very like outwardly emotional.
Yeah.
I'm not very outwardly, guys, I'm sinking. Come help me.
Yeah.
Come be there for me.
Yeah.
So it's like I look like, no, Rachel's fine. She has
Yeah.
it together no matter what.
Mhm.
So it's like I think she felt like she wasn't being there for me, but she communicated that to me like after the fact. Like she hit me up and apologized and was like, I feel like it might look like I wasn't there for you, but like this just really hit close to home.
And you don't
And
know how
I
to
didn't
handle
know,
it.
I didn't know.
how to handle it or how to react. I didn't know what you needed. I didn't know what I need, and I didn't need an apology from her, but I appreciated the fact that she was like able to reach out and give me that. And it was something that I needed that I didn't know I needed.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I remember, Tasha and I, we had a moment. Like, remember you had walked out and I like followed you.
Oh yeah.
I remember, like, we had that moment, and then I was just like, I thought that I would show up more clinically. Like, I thought I would be able to be like, let's talk about it.
That's not what your friend needs in that moment.
And I was just
Yeah,
like,
I
I was
That's
like,
not what
I didn't know. Like, guys, I did not know. And it surprised me that I shut down the way that I did, because I was just like, nothing. I have so many skills and none of them were working
But
for
I think
me.
that's good
Yeah.
because your friends don't need you to show up
Right.
clinically. Your
Yeah.
friends,
Right.
if that's the case, they will hire a professional. Your
Which you
friends
did.
need you. Which I still need to because, girl, but it's like your friends need you to show up as your friend.
Yeah.
Like that box is that box and it
Yeah.
needs to stay there. Your friends wouldn't need you to give them the advice
Yeah.
that you would give your clients.
I think it just shocked me because I had an idea like, oh, if something like this will happen, this is because I know who I am.
Yeah.
But then when it happens and it
It's-
hits so close, it's just like,
yeah.
Yeah,
Whoa.
and
Yeah.
it's understandable how it would hit close, because it's like when you have friends, like the people that they care about becomes people that they care about.
Yeah.
So it becomes like this big old family.
and we
So-
were all intermixed.
yeah,
Like,
we
we
exactly.
were interconnected.
So
Yeah.
it's kind of like what was happening is that we were all grieving.
Yes.
If that makes sense. And we were just all grieving differently.
Mhm.
And but that was an indication of like who can show up for you. And my thing is this, like I know I could be sometimes, like I said, that this is like a toxic trait of mine. I could be very hard on people sometimes and have my expectations of people. But I'm also I may act hard, like my expectations of people, but I really can be understanding. And I feel like I can see like people trying. There's even people who tried even a little bit that I completely appreciate.
You acknowledged it.
I acknowledge it, but I feel like when you don't try at all,
Yeah.
and
yeah.
it's just like, where was our friendship? Where did we even have a friendship?
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what's so important, is like building that foundation. Like even like I told Brittany, like even when I'm trying to, when I think of like maybe even romantic relationships, the foundation has to be friendship.
Yeah.
I need to be
100%.
able to like have that, because it's
And
like
even if you don't have it at first, you build it.
exactly
You built it, because me and Oz, we weren't friends. Y'all know me. I wasn't even checking for Oz. Y'all know I wasn't checking for Oz, because around the time that Oz was checking for me, I was still with old boy. So I wasn't even interested at all. We were still in the mix of that.
okay.
And he's not, like, I've built it to the point that he is my best friend.
Now he's your best friend.
Now,
Okay.
like, outside of my man, that's my guy.
So
That's
when
important.
in
That's
the beginning of
important.
our relationship, y'all didn't have that foundation. Of
No,
friendship.
because
Okay.
I didn't like. He was, in my eyes, he was a friend of a friend's. Because remember, our friend was dating
Got
her
it.
boyfriend, and they were very close because, his brother, all that type
Yeah.
of stuff. So in my eyes, he was a friend of a friend. So he was like an acquaintance. So it was kind of like, oh, he likes me, he has a crush. Okay, well, I remember our friend was like, when he invited me on our first date, it was like after finals or some shit like that. And then he was like, oh, so what are you doing? I was like, oh, I'm on my way from finals, child. I'm finna go home, go sleep. He was like, okay, so I'll pick you up at 8. I'm like, I'm going home from finals. Like, no. He was like, so I'll pick you up at 8. And then that's when we went on our first date. And I remember I was on the phone with our friend, and I'm like, girl, I do not want to go on this date. Like, what the fuck? I'm not dressed. My hair's not done. She was like, girl, just go on a date. It's not a big deal. And if you really don't want it to be a date, pay for half. I said, so I'm not going to do that. But was like, I'm not gonna do that.
Don't put your
That's
car
a whole
down.
other episode that y'all need to have.
I was like, I'm not gonna do that. And then it kind of just went on from there. And he
Yeah.
applied pressure until we got together. And it's through the everyday interactions that you build your friendship with your partner.
Exactly.
Some people are lucky to be friends first, and then they discover that they have a bond, and then they become friends.
Yeah.
I mean, then they become more. But usually, you build your friendship via the relationship.
Yeah.
I
Absolutely.
don't know. I always think in the back of my mind, like I've already met the guy that I'm supposed to be with,
Yeah.
and we're friends, and I just don't know it. I think that, but sometimes I think about my guy friends. I'm like, no, probably not.
Oh, you never. Okay.
Probably not.
I could see why you would feel that way.
Yeah. Have you
No
felt that way?
Please,
about
no
your guy
shade.
friends?
Please,
No.
please,
Never
leave my friends alone.
I've never wanted to date
Never went
a
to see it.
friend.
Same.
Never.
I never had a guy friend. I don't have male friends.
Oh, child, we know.
Sorry.
Okay, so I have a question for you guys. I want you to give me your top 3 you must have. Well, Tasha, you already did it, right? You said no. Okay, no. You said the things you don't want.
Yeah.
Tell me your top 3 things that are like key for a friendship.
I think of
Actually, never mind. Rachel, you go first.
Yeah. Wow. I'm just.
You just went.
And I was like, yes, some time to think. All right. Top 3. We have to have similar values.
Fair.
Yeah.
I honestly don't
Be
believe.
a little more specific with values.
So I don't believe in the whole birds of a feather flock together thing. Like my friend could be a hoe and I'm not a hoe, and we could be the
Fair.
best of friends.
I
don't,
agree.
I don't believe in
I
that
agree.
at all. We can like bond over different things because I feel like the different friendships and I don't want to say I have a lot of friends, but I have.
You have groups. You have
I have like
clusters.
different friend clusters. And even within those clusters, like there's different things that attract me to different people in those clusters. So yeah, but like we have to have similar values in the sense that like I'm not gonna be friends with an atheist. Like,
okay.
I believe in God wholeheartedly, and if you are just like strongly against that shit, I don't know if we'll be able to like. Why are you looking at me like that?
Because I'm thinking about it. Like,
Would I be friends with it?
would
I
I
just-
be able to be friends with an atheist?
I
I've
would be
never
able to
come
be a friend.
across.
We just can't talk.
Yeah, we
I've
just
never
talk about God.
come
We ain't gonna
across
talk
it,
about
but
God.
I don't
And it's
know if
like-
I'd be able to.
And my thing is like, we don't gotta talk about
Because
God.
I'm
But
like
when
in
I
a
say,
really
ooh,
hard
I
time,
prayed
like I'm
about it.
praying. Yeah, like I'm praying for you. Like I want somebody who's gonna pray for me.
Oh,
Like, I want a friend who's gonna
Can
pray
you
for
imagine?
me.
I'm
Like,
pray for
like,
me. They're like, yeah, I don't believe
and
in
it'd be
that.
a lot of like you go.
I'm gonna put it in the universe
No,
for you.
you go through shit, and they be like, "Oh my God, I'm praying for you." Are you typing? You praying for me, or
I'll
are
read
you
a science book
actually
for
praying
you. That's
for
what
me?
I'll do.
Yeah, are you
Talk
actually
about
praying
protons
for
and
me?
neutrons.
So we have to have similar values. Like you can't just be like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, we have to have shit in common
Right.
Okay.
in that
That's
respect. That's one. You said 3.
Or what you could come up with.
I mean, I can come up with.
Okay,
one.
come up with 3 then.
No. Another one is we have to be able to communicate with each other because you're gonna do some shit to piss me off,
Right.
eventually, and I'm gonna do some shit to piss you off. And I like when people tell me about myself because I'm not gonna learn or grow unless you tell me what I'm doing wrong.
Okay.
I'm not sure people always do that with me, but I do.
Well, you haven't done nothing to me to make
I
me
mean,
feel some type
like
of way.
that's the thing. Like, I don't know if am I just a really good friend? Like, nobody be telling me about myself, but I like
Maybe
to be
you
told about
are.
myself. Like,
Own
I want to
it.
be told.
Maybe you just really are a good friend.
I mean,
I be getting told about myself.
I'm dead. But you be bringing it up.
No, we just had a whole powwow that was exhausting. But it was
that's good.
But
It's healthy.
awesome results.
It's
awesome
exactly.
results.
Beautiful results.
It's
Bitch, I was
It's
exhausted.
healthy. No, you need that.
Yo, so
You
many
need
times
that.
during that conversation, I was like, yo, fuck it all, fuck it. Because I was just so
Yo, sometimes I
frustrated.
feel like my friendships are missing that. Like, how we just get
Yeah.
along
Mhm.
all the time.
No, but that's a good thing.
What's
Yeah.
going on?
That's a
No, but
beautiful
usually,
thing.
like for us, for example, we're usually like that.
Yeah.
But this was just like something that should have been addressed a long time ago that did not get addressed, and then it festered into something
And
way
that's
bigger.
years and years
So,
ago.
Exactly.
so that's something that you have to know your friends. Again, like all my friends are different. I do feel like a recent friendship breakup that I had
Yeah.
could have been avoided if I was more vocal about like the little things
Mm-hmm.
that were
Like from the
happening
jump.
throughout that friendship
jump.
from the jump. I do feel like, and this is why like I give that person great, like it's a friendship breakup, but like I'll still check on her.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she still check on
Cool.
me. Yeah, the same person we were
Okay.
I still check on her
That's
here and there.
good.
And she'll
So
still check
that
on
gives
me.
me
Like,
faith.
she sent me a paragraph on my birthday.
Oh.
Like, and I check on her. Like, and I know that's, some people probably gonna watch this and be like, you still talk to that bitch? Yeah. Like, at the end of
Yeah.
the day, I feel like if you've had a very long friendship and it cuts off just like that, and you don't think about that person and don't wish that person well, were you ever really friends?
I agree.
Were you ever really friends?
I agree.
So I feel like my fault in that friendship was not communicating. Like, these are the things that piss me the off about you.
Yeah.
Honestly. So yeah, I choose to like not be friends anymore, but I still care about you as a person.
that's
Because
really
I know that I
nice.
should have told you a long time ago that these are the qualities that you have that just don't make up a good friend. So communication is important.
Do you
What's
think
your
that
third one?
person
Oh,
is
never mind.
is it redeemable then?
I feel like this, because you're telling me this, I feel like it low-key can be in the
Like,
future.
redeemable.
For me,
Redemption.
for me, like, I don't hold grudges. Like, I don't hate anybody.
Yeah.
I mean, not say I don't hate anybody.
No,
No, actually,
Do you
no.
hate anybody,
I don't
Tasha?
think I hate anybody.
You hate anybody?
Yes.
Why
That
did
was
I ask
strong.
you that?
Oh,
Why did I ask
strong.
that?
you know who I hate.
Oh my god, do I? I probably do.
You probably do.
I just can't remember. I
Oh,
don't
yes,
think
I definitely
hate
hate
anybody.
I don't think I hate
I
anybody
might strongly
either.
dislike you.
Same.
But I might not hate, because I feel like hate takes too much stress. It takes too much
Exactly.
energy.
I don't hate
I do it
anybody.
beautifully.
Tasha's like, I have more than enough energy to
I
hate.
have enough hate to go around.
I do.
I don't hate anybody.
But I have
It's
a
people
good
that
reason.
I
I
should
have
hate,
good reasons.
but I don't. It's people that I should hate that I really don't.
Yeah, I would hate them too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your third one. What's your third one?
What's your third? Yeah.
What did I say? I said
You said
communication,
I
things in
said,
common.
Values.
in common. And I guess the third thing I would say is, and this is gonna sound like, we have to be able to have fun together.
Yay!
I agree.
We
No,
have
some
to be
bitches be
able to have
boring.
fun.
Some of y'all bitches be boring.
Boring bitches.
Some
Like,
of y'all bitches be boring. I be looking at some tables. Have you ever seen, like, you go to a restaurant and the group of friends are all on their phone? For hours, the whole entire time they're all on their phone. They don't have a
No.
conversation,
Nah,
nothing.
them
They're just
bitches
on their
be-
phone.
some of
no,
y'all hoes be
I'm
you
like-
gotta be able to be outside. And I'm not even, I hate talking on the phone. Anybody, because I'm not a phone person.
Mhm.
But if we talk on the phone, the conversation has to flow.
Yeah.
Right.
Same thing I'll be looking for in a romantic relationship.
Right.
Like, we have to be able to talk. Same thing I'm looking for in like my platonic friendships. Like, you cannot be boring. We have to be able to have fun.
Actually, I think that's a really good point, because I think people don't think about that, because that never crossed my mind.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. There
Yeah.
should be your friendships. Like, you should never hang out with a friend and feel drained.
Yes.
Never.
Yes.
Guys, don't be hanging out with no bitches that drain y'all.
Yeah, like, be like,
Because
oh,
if
they're
that's the case,
tiring.
they need to go, either they're dumping too much on you, or the vibe isn't right.
Isn't right.
Because
yeah.
I don't think I've ever left any of you guys' presence or any of our other friends' present and felt like
drained. Like,
unless we were talking about something heavy or it was like something sad that we're talking about. But I've never felt like
which is okay.
drained. Like, oh my
Yeah.
God, I can't see this bitch for the next 3 weeks because I'm drained.
I felt
If
like that
anything,
with
I
some of
feel-
my friends.
Ooh.
But was it the topic, or was it they're just draining?
I think it was probably them just being draining. Sometimes people energy
No,
is
sometimes
just
it
draining
happens.
to me.
I agree.
Yeah, like, I'm like, oh, I'm outside, but sometimes like my social battery, and if somebody's just like
Yeah.
being a lot, I'm just like, oh my God, I can't do it.
Mhm.
But I mean, it's real.
It
It's
happens.
fair.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
What's
happens.
your
I
sign,
mean,
Rachel?
I'm
let's
a
say.
Taurus.
Oh!
That good or
Actually,
bad?
you know, Taurus is like my dream compatibility.
Really?
Yes,
Yeah.
Capricorn,
Well, that's
Capricorn,
Taurus, yeah.
Really?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, that's why
Yeah.
we get
This is
along so
dream.
well. I
This
need
is
to
dream
find me a
company.
Capricorn man.
Yeah.
If you a Capricorn,
Well,
I
I can't validate for no Capricorn men. I don't know, but I know we
I've-
good as
I-
women.
I
I don't
know
know
a
about the
Capricorn
I
men.
don't
man.
think I've
He ain't
never
too
like
good.
I don't know
dated a
about the-
Capricorn man.
Who a Capricorn?
My father.
Oh.
Well, he's also Haitian, so it kind of cancels out.
You're right.
It kind of cancels out.
That's cool that you're a Taurus. My mom's a Taurus. Two of my older sisters are
Really?
Tauruses. Yeah.
See, that
Nice.
makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Okay, mine's is easy. For
Mhm.
me, it's respect. I feel like
Mhm.
we need to have some level of respect, and simply because it's not fun to have a relationship with some. Like, for example, to me as friends, I feel like we shouldn't be calling each other out of our names. We shouldn't
Unless
be.
we're joking. Because I'm like,
Granted,
bitch.
no, granted, you know I love the word bitch. Granted, yes, but I'm talking about if me and you get into an argument, we should not be hitting below the belt.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
like, oh, that's why your mama left you when you were 2. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
we don't
yeah.
want to do that. You know, or like, yeah, bitch, that's why your nigga, like, no,
That's why your man cheated on
Yeah,
you
with that
and had a
kid.
baby.
Exactly.
That's
Damn, ouch.
exactly.
I felt
That's
that.
why I'm like, you don't want to
Damn,
hit
Tasha,
below
that's my
the
life story. Let
belt.
me stop.
Oh my god.
Wait, no. I didn't want to mention. I didn't know. I really didn't know.
Oh my god. She really did hit it on the nose.
Oh no! No, I swear, yo, I didn't know nothing.
Yo.
Oh, that was funny.
On that note, let me just take
That was funny.
Sorry,
That
no,
was
I
funny.
didn't know. I didn't
So
know.
respect. I feel like you should have there should be very clear boundaries in friendships and they should not be crossed. Everyone has their no-go zones, their no-no zones, and it should be
Well, that's a
respected.
no-no zone for me.
Right.
And also that also plays into it. Y'all, I don't know about y'all, but I don't think friends should be sexually intertwined. Cause you know how bitches be
Yeah.
like, oh, I'll be making out with my best friend and
Oh yeah,
What
I'd be
is
like,
that?
that's weird.
I'm sorry,
What is that?
but not only as
I
Brittany,
see that as incest, and it's not, but I see it as
What
incest.
is that? What
like
even is
not
that?
I see it wrong not only as Brittany, but as Brittany the clinician. Platonic relationships are just that, platonic.
Yeah.
The moment you cross into the sexual, it is no longer platonic, right? And I don't. So that falls for me within the respect thing, and not only female girls with girls, but also female and males,
100%,
right?
yeah.
Like
100.
I think
Yeah.
sexual anything should that's not what a platonic relationship creates.
Right.
Yeah.
My second one is equality to a certain extent, and I'll explain. I mean, in a sense that, like Tasha said, our friendship shouldn't be one-sided,
Yeah.
right? I think
It's a
when
give and
friendships
take.
are one-sided, it becomes a burden, and then it kind of resentment starts to build, right? If
Yeah.
I'm constantly checking on you, whenever we talk, it's about you,
Or you
like-
always want to hang out. You're like, oh, let's hang out. You're always the one
Yeah.
that's initiating.
right?
things.
Also, in a sense, it's like, and it also leads into like codependency.
Yeah.
I really feel that although I love spending time with you guys, I also like being by myself.
Yeah.
I like being with my man, and I think it should be a very healthy balance.
Yeah.
So I guess that's mine. Respect. No codependency,
Independence.
independence, and what was it?
You ain't say a third one yet.
I
Yeah,
did
you-
it.
I
Oh,
don't think you.
hold on. Let me look at my notes.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't think you did.
Let me look at my
Not
notes.
notes.
Let me look at my notes.
Oh wait,
Um,
if someone doesn't equality.
Oh, I got my last
Oh.
one. Supportive.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I've been blessed with such supportive friends.
Yeah.
To the point that I think sometimes you guys, I always say this, I'm like, my friends believe more in me than I do in myself.
Aw.
Because they'll be like, Brit, like, oh my God, this, that, and the third. Or I'll tell them I'll do something big and they'll be like, oh my God. And I'm like, is that big of a deal? And then Tasha be like, yes! Is that big of a deal?
You need a hype squad.
Celebrate themselves. I celebrate myself every day.
It's
I
not big
don't
of a
either.
deal.
I
I'm
don't
like, oh my
celebrate
god,
myself either.
got to work on time. Yay!
No, seriously. Tasha recently, oh my God, I should play it. Tasha at her job met some really important people.
I did.
The voice note that I sent Tasha
Yes.
was hilarious.
It was.
Aw.
While Tasha says her, I'm gonna look for the voice note 'cause it was hilarious. When I tell you I was losing my mind, I was like, oh my God. I was like, I'm proud of you, girl. I'm proud of you.
She sounded like a southern granny though.
That's what you need. You need
You
a hype
do.
squad. You
So
need a
for
hype
me
squad.
is definitely respect,
Mhm.
supportive, and
Equality.
equality. Yeah, that's for me.
For me, the number
this wine
one
making me wanna go pee.
is consistency. I feel like
Hold it down,
consistency
girl.
is like important in any relationship. Like,
Mm.
I need to just to be able to depend on you, just to be there. And I feel like all the friends that I've had are just like all the closest friendships that I have. They're just there.
Mhm.
Like, you know, even when they don't have to be, they're just there.
There you
Like I
go.
turn up like, oh, they're right there. Like, you know, it's just like, so I definitely consistency. Another thing for me is definitely also communication. I feel like we need to be able to talk. We need to be able to talk about anything and everything. We need to be able to hash out anything or any issues that we have. And then my third would be, I don't know, I feel like an element of fun, but like I also feel like I need to be able to like. Is it okay for me to also be quiet around you too?
Yeah.
Because,
that's
you
a
know,
good
like
one.
a comfortable silence.
Yeah.
I just need to be able to be comfortable with you. I need to feel safe
Yeah.
with you, and that could mean
That's
many
a
things.
good one.
Yeah.
I think it goes into, for me, consistency and communication is for me to be safe with you, because safety for me is a big thing. I need to be able to trust you. I need to be able to like I can tell you my deepest, darkest secrets. I could be able to be quirky or silly around you. I could be able to be myself around you without feeling uncomfortable or just like, oh, she's going to judge, or self-conscious or anything like that. So safety is a big thing for me. And also what plays into a consistency, if I know a friend is consistent, it makes me feel safe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's my
So
top
you
two.
mentioned something about judgment. Like, do you think you could be friends with somebody who you felt like was judgmental?
Probably not. Probably not. Because I tried not to, like, let me tell you something. When I was younger, because you think I was black and white now. Okay. So when I was younger, I was very black and white. So like when people, I used to be like very like a little judgy to the point where I felt like people didn't want to tell me things. And then I felt really bad. And I was like, oh, maybe I'm not being a good friend because I'm like being judgmental. So then I learned to just be a little more like open-minded or understanding of that particular person and the actions that they do, whatever. Because then I started to see myself like doing similar things as well, like having similar situations. And I'm just like, oh, I wouldn't like if somebody judged me for this. And I was like, oh, okay. So then I realized that even being like when I was younger, being that judgmental friend, I realized, that's not the best.
Yeah.
So I
You
wouldn't.
want your friends to be able to talk to you.
Exactly.
But you know the funny thing about that, I feel like you also know your friends, right?
Yeah.
So if you do something, I already know, oh Lord, when I tell Tasha, she's gonna say this, or oh, when I tell Rachel, she's gonna say this, right? Because you know your friends, especially like I know there's plenty of times where I'm like, yo, they're gonna chew me up over this shit.
One thing I did, I was like, I am so disappointed in you.
On me?
Yeah,
What'd I
there was one
do?
thing you did do.
Give me a hint.
Oh
my God, it sounds bad. Oh my God.
No, it's not like you kill somebody. Like,
well,
it's not that.
I hope I didn't.
But
I hope you didn't too, girl.
Oh my God. I'll be like, y'all, I need help.
You just
He's dead.
Please don't call me if you kill somebody. Please don't call me if you kill somebody. I will sing like that.
You know the funny thing? I was thinking about it and I was like, yo, what if one day, because, you know, I listen to a lot of true crime.
Yeah.
And I was like, what if one day Oz calls me and he's like, yo, I did da-da-da-da. I would have been like,
what are you going to do?
girl, I don't know. Because part of me is like, bitch, I'm not going to jail for no bitch.
The only person that could kill
one,
somebody and I would cover for him is my child.
Your kid, I agree.
Yeah. I will say, if he loves you, he wouldn't want you to go to jail.
I'd be like, nigga, what the fuck? Like, really? I'll be so mad. But anyway, I found the voice note.
I'm done.
Walter, let me know if it's good on audio.
She was determined.
Because it's really, really funny. You're going to laugh. Oh, no, I lost it.
I'm dead.
Wait, hold on. It's here somewhere.
No way.
Wait. Girl, we talk so much on this fucking chat. It's impossible to find anything. It is impossible to find anything.
Communication. Look at that.
Okay, find it. Okay. Wait, actually, that's not even the main. That's not even the main one. Hold on, is this one? Oh my God, Tasha, you missed this Jimmy Crypto thing! That's my man. His fat ass, his Tarzan ass. Tony girls with ass. That's my bitch. I love you, so can we do Tasha out of passed out? Go ahead, girl. Tell them about MajahPoint. You heard me telling about MajahPoint.
So I need to start hitting Brittany up anytime I have the most minor accomplishment.
Yo, when I tell you,
I need to hit Brittany up
kept getting
because the
worse.
rest of my friends just ain't it. If you're not doing that, then you're not the friend.
When
for me.
I tell, and if y'all can't hear it, we'll actually like edit it in. When I tell you, it got worse as she kept saying things. It got worse. I love him. He just looks sweet. Is he aging well? Is he aging well?
Is he aging?
That's the important part. I love me. I love Tony. Next time you tell him, play him that bit. Next time you see him, play him that bit because I love him. Ain't he a nice man? That's it. That's all I needed to know. I love him for real now. We together. We go together real big.
We drunk?
No, go.
No,
Were you under any
like
influence?
12 p.m.
No, this
Were
was
you
like noon. This was
12
like noon.
p.m. on
I mean,
a Friday.
And then this was the
That's
other
a
one.
valid question.
This was the other one. Why can't you hear it? Oh, it's not a
About me, baby. I'm a rad for some Millie Grant, bitch. Ain't no bitch like Millie Grant. I know that's right. Little attention, you having a good day at work. You see, this is why I told you. It's all about perspective. You might be stressed, but you gonna meet some people, girl. Girl, you better make our connections. I'm trying to be rich by the time we 30.
You can't convince me Brittany wasn't under some type of influences when she was
No, she really was. She was sober.
I was girl. This was right before I went to work. It was literally that, but that's the stuff that makes you happy. That's the stuff that makes you proud, and that's the stuff that's like, yo, my friend, because she's stressed at work.
I am.
Like she's stressed.
We all stressed.
Oh,
Like
there's
me
a
and my
fly.
coworkers, we look at each other.
There's
We're
a
like,
fly in there.
what happened?
It is.
So
fly?
yeah,
It is. There
it's
is
okay.
a
I was
fly.
almost
that
done.
fly is
so.
drunk.
That fly drunk right now and dead.
Just chilling.
So, do your friends do you know each other's love languages?
Yeah, I think y'all do. Mine is definitely acts of service. I love doing things for people that I care about.
Well,
But I
that's
also
how
love-
you give love. How do you? That's how you want to receive.
Yeah, I
want to
receive it too. I love people do like nice things. For
Mine
me.
says words of affirmation. I think.
Yeah,
you know that.
yeah. Yours.
That's how you give it, but that's how you receive it too.
That's how I receive
That's how you
it.
want to receive
Yeah.
it too.
No. Usually, how you like to receive is how you give it.
Mm.
That's usually how it is.
Yeah.
But it's funny because now that you mention that, I've never.
Not necessarily. I feel like I like acts of service. Like I like to do acts for people.
Mhm.
I don't like to receive acts of service. Like I'm very like awkward when people do nice things for me. I don't know how to receive it. Yeah,
So
That's a
let's
Taurus in you.
switch.
maybe.
So let's talk about the side effects of having bad friendships, because I think that's also very, very important.
Oh,
Because they can have long lasting effects, especially when you've had bad friends growing up, like during your childhood.
yeah.
I feel like it has very, very negative bad effects. Like, for example, I hit on this a little bit on our last episode,
Yeah.
where in middle school I had these friends that they were just mean to me. And
I think I remember you telling me about that.
So they basically
like,
bullied you.
I wouldn't necessarily call it bullying, but maybe.
Yeah.
Like for example, I would go like sleep over at her house, and her like it would be me, her, and her cousin. And let's say I did or said something that they wouldn't like, they would ice me out. So I would be at her house in Long Island, stuck there because my mom couldn't come get me and my father wasn't gonna get me. No offense, Dad. And I would be stuck there for the weekend, and they would ice me out. Like if we would go to the mall, they would be together and they would leave me out. Or we would be in her bedroom sleeping. She'll sleep on a bed with her cousin, and I would be on like the pull-out bed on my own. So the point that I would have to end up calling my mom and like crying to her because they would ice me out.
This is why Haitian parents don't let you go on sleepovers.
Okay.
And
Mine wasn't allowed.
yeah,
Where?
and
With who?
they
You
just
can
kind
sleep
of.
here.
It's true. They kind of just made me feel they would big up themselves, but in a process make me feel smaller. And I didn't think it had an effect because my mom was on the other end of that. Like, no, you're like, there were bigger girls. And my mom would be like, you think you're unimportant? She was like, without you, they are worthless. She was like, honey, what do you think makes money worth anything? Without you, she was like, you're the one. You're the one that makes them worth anything. Zeros by themselves are worthless. Because she would be like, I was the one and they were the two zeros because they were so big.
I'm dead.
Jesus.
And my
They were
mother,
disrespecting her daughter.
yeah, and I didn't think it had an effect. And like I hit on our show is that now I'm realizing as an adult that what happens is when anyone does good, I almost feel like I'm getting left behind. So it's not necessarily that I'm jealous of what you guys have going on. It's like the moment that you guys take a step, it's like I need to take a step because now I feel like I'm being left behind because for so long they pushed me to the back and it made me feel like I was behind. And I was
Friendship
behind.
should never be a competition.
All through middle school, so 6th, 7th, and 8th. And then we
that
went
ain't
to
that
high
long.
school together. And then that's when I met our best friends. And then the moment I met her, she didn't like it.
They went to the same high school?
Just her. The cousin didn't. Just
Oh.
her. And we went in as friends. But then freshman year is when I met our best friend. And I started gravitating towards her because with her, it was a completely different experience. You know, she would like anything I needed. I remember I was struggling in math. She was like, "Girl, I got you. Like, if we're gonna struggle, we're gonna struggle together. Like, I'll study with you. I'll do this and I'll do that." And I was like, "Wow, like this is what a friendship actually is." So
Yeah.
I gravitated
When you
naturally
get that
to
one
her.
friend that shows you what you've been
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
oh
what you've been
wow,
missing
like
out on.
oh this is same with a relationship. Like when you
Seriously.
meet a dude that's treating you right, it's like oh this is what a healthy
Oh,
relationship is
yeah.
supposed to feel
And
like.
then she didn't like it, and I remember because we're kind of loud, like when the both of us like we could be a little loud.
Yeah.
Kinda?
So like she nicknamed us the hyenas.
Oh, because she was hating.
Yeah, she was like, "Oh, the hyenas."
It's giving. She be hating.
Yeah, and
That's what
then after
it's
freshman
giving.
year, we weren't friends anymore, and I was like, "Good riddance,"
Yeah.
But I didn't realize it had an effect until now. I'm going through things, and I'm just like, why do I constantly feel like I have to kind of like, no, keep going, keep going? And it was just because so many years of feeling like you're behind or being pushed like you're behind. I don't ever want to feel that way.
Mhm.
So now what I have to unlearn because of this bad friendship is that I'm not in competition with any one of you. Literally, everybody's in different careers.
That's true.
Yeah.
Nobody's in the same field.
Even if we were in the same careers,
It's not a
It's
should
it's not a
be
competition. Our paths are different,
It should never
Everybody's
be a
path
competition.
is
and
different.
wants and desires
Exactly.
are different.
And now it's like, now I have to work double hard to unlearn something because of the friendship that I had when I was younger. And I remember my mother always telling me, "Brittany, I don't think it's the best." And I'm like, "No, you just don't understand. You don't get it." And ultimately, she was right.
Yeah.
Right? And it wasn't until I
Mothers always
got
know.
yeah, and it wasn't until I got better friends that I realized, like, yo, I don't think sometimes we put as much importance, and especially when we're younger, on the influence that friendships can have on us,
Yeah.
and then the repercussions that we have to deal with
Yeah.
when we're older.
Yeah.
So that's like, for me, friendships are so, so important. And if you're blessed to have good friends from young, you're good.
That's
You're
very
set.
true.
You're absolutely set.
I had good friends.
Because they set a precedent.
They did. They did set a precedent, and I'm also gonna give. I think I did this before, but I'm also gonna give props also to my sisters because I feel like my relationship with like women in general is so positive. I feel like I empower women and women empower me. Like that's our relationship, and I feel like there was never. I always felt like there's a sense of protection, there's a sense of sisterhood, there's a sense of friendship, there's a sense of support.
And you attribute that to
And-
growing up with your
Exactly.
sisters.
And I attribute that with growing up with my sisters. Like I'm gonna be my biggest fans were my sisters.
Your sister.
Aw.
And then like, you know
To
what I
this
mean?
day.
Like they
Till this day.
to this day, like
Aw,
to this
that's so
day,
cute.
like it's really like
That's so
like
cute.
they're really like they are team Tasha. And
Aw.
like and I like it's like kind of like, and I also get that from my friends as well. They're like team Tasha, and it's just like, oh, that's great. And I feel like, but I will say this, I do feel like any bad friendships I did have when I was younger, it was always like male related. Like the friends, if I did have male friends, I feel like that's why I don't have male friends now, because they never like stuck. And I think I told you this. I always felt like if I made a male friend, they were always like jealous of me, because there was a time where
The male friend was jealous of you?
yeah,
Wow.
like you know how they always say like girlfriends, like they're always like they get a little catty and whatever. I never really experienced that. I experienced it more with boys
That's
than I
crazy.
did like girls, which is weird. Well, maybe, but it's funny because it's like because there was a point in time where I gravitated more towards boys. Only because in middle school,
Yeah, because Tatasha, she was supposed to be on like her third husband right now.
right now,
Yeah, you're supposed to be on,
I used
like,
to
on
want
your
seven-
third
I used to
husband.
want 7 husbands. This
Seven
sounds like a lot.
husbands, like, at the same time?
No, different.
Or-
Like I'll rotate. Like it's like, you know.
Yeah. Like a divorce
Every
here,
3-4
maybe a
years,
widow
a divorce.
here.
Okay, I thought this
you
was like a
know.
polyamory situation. Like, I want
no.
seven.
No, that was
You
the
want-
ones.
No.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because when I was little, I couldn't even imagine or fathom the idea that like
One
I
person
can't-
for the rest of your life?
yeah, I was like, why can't I try a whole bunch of different type of guys?
Well, that's
you know?
what your 20s, 30s, and all that is for.
you know.
Try all the guys.
That's true. That's true. But I tried them. I don't like them. But we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. But like I did gravitate towards boys only because like in middle school, the girls that I was around, they were just we weren't vibing.
They were
I don't
corny.
know what it was. We weren't vibing. I think I feel like a lot of little girls had insecurities. I didn't. They felt some type of way about me. I didn't care. whatever.
It
I
is what it
gravitated towards
is.
boys. But then I realized boys are not for me either because every time I made like I would be friends with guys, they always felt intimidated by me or jealous because I was funnier than they were.
Ooh.
And which I never understood because I that's when I realized boys can be very competitive.
Of
Oh,
course.
yeah.
I didn't know,
yeah.
like I just thought like, oh, maybe like sports or something, but I didn't know they were competitive in
general,
other things
yeah,
in general.
yeah.
They could be, and they could be jealous too. And I was just like, I mean, I didn't know you was trying to grow up to be the next Kevin Hart. Like, I'm not trying to be the next comedian. I'm funny, you're funny.
Are you
Let's
jealous
be
of your
funny
female
together.
friend? Oh no.
Okay,
Mm.
exactly. So it's just like I guess they just was like, you know, she's funnier than me, and I don't like that, or she's louder than me, and I don't like that. And I'm like, okay, what do you want me to do about it? But when you meet, I feel like I think when you meet those people that appreciate you for you, and whether you're loud, whether you could be like a lot, whatever those quirks or those flaws you may have, they help you kind of build yourself like to a better person, but still loving you to like for who you are. And I feel like I think that was what I was searching for even as a kid. And I feel like when in those bad situations that I was in, or I met those people that I was just like, oh, they're not gonna be my friend because they weren't appreciating me for me. It was like, oh, Tasha's too loud, or Tasha's too confident. That was somebody actually told me that. Too confident. I'm like,
too
that's a
confident
bad
is a problem. Like,
that's what I said. I'm like, I thought confidence is a good thing.
And what compared to what? Like, what are you supposed to be?
I'm like, was I supposed to be insecure? Was I supposed to be small?
confident.
That's another thing. A friend that is able to.
A friend that wants you to be small for their own comfort is
That's-
not a friend.
That's not a
Yeah.
friend.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's an op.
That's an op. Yes, that's an
You've been
op.
hanging around them teeny boppers.
I love
old as
that.
hell. I
Teeny
said teeny
boppers.
boppers.
Rachel, what about you?
Yeah.
Oh, what was the question?
Oh, like bad friendships.
Yeah.
How much time we got?
Actually.
Well, not necessarily bad friendships. Friendships that ran their course, served the purpose that they were supposed to serve at the time, and I've had so many friendship breakups. I don't even know where to start.
Tell me about the one that hurt the most.
Yeah.
The one that hurt the most,
Besides the one
the one that like
about, yeah.
currently, no, that one didn't even hurt me the most, even though it did hurt. Did the one that hurt the most? We actually reconciled.
I know what you're talking about.
We actually reconciled. But that one definitely hurt the most because without like getting detail about why we weren't friends anymore, it was just it was like a blind side, honestly.
Yeah.
And
I
it's like,
remember.
wow, if this is gonna cause us to not be friends anymore, then were we ever really friends? Like,
Yeah.
why can't we like talk about it? You tell me how you felt, I'll tell you how I felt.
Yeah.
We talk about it and then we resolve the issue. Like if you were just that ready to like discard me, like, okay, I don't want to be your friend anymore.
Yeah.
It's just that was very hurtful. I never like showed
I think it's
it.
because you were confused.
Yeah,
about what
it
happened.
was really really confusion. But like I'm also a very prideful person. I guess it comes from being a tourist. But it was really like when I got that text, well, I don't want to be your friend anymore. I didn't even respond because I was like, bitch, okay, like you know, because
Bitch, I was blindsided about it too. I was like, really? I was like, oh, well.
I was just very much like, wow, okay, is that easy to get rid of me? All right. But in the back of my mind, and like it always did bother me. So again, I'm glad we were able to reconcile and realize
too.
that, like, you know what, like
It's not that big.
our
of a
friendship
deal.
was way too deep for us to be
And over that. Like,
and over that, yeah,
specific
our
thing,
friendship
yeah.
was just way too deep and way too important for both of us. And this is again like a friendship that's since we were like maybe like 8 or 9 years old, been
Wow.
friends, and I'm old, so that's a long ass friendship. So it's like I'm glad we reconciled. I'm glad we like in our
You are not old.
I-
And I'm here like, she's old. And I'm like, yep.
No. You say,
Like,
thank you,
yes,
Tasha.
you are.
You really not.
Yes, you are.
Brittany. But other than that, like I've had friend breakups for like you spoke of jealousy earlier. I don't know if I could really, this was a very like fast friendship. Like we worked together and we clicked really quickly, immediately off the bat. We were in the same position and we just clicked. None of my other friends liked her, which should have been like a sign for me, like maybe this girl isn't for
That's
me.
true.
Like when I brought her around and none of my other friends liked her, it didn't seem like she had any other friends. Like she just like latched onto me so quickly. They used to call me.
That's
They
that
used to,
codependency
they used to say
shit.
I had an orphanage, the orphanage of Rachel, because like I just used
Not
to
her picking
like.
up strays.
No, I really did.
I think because you're really a nice person.
I really did. But I kind of stopped being. I'm still a nice person. I'm a very nice person. But like I stopped just like picking up strays, so to speak. But yeah, we worked together and we were cool. Like and we ended up being together all the time. My other friends didn't like her, they didn't trust her. And when I eventually like moved up in that position, I called her and told her about it. Immediately felt the salt. Immediately felt the saltiness. So we stopped being like, she just stopped. We stopped talking. I felt the saltiness. I'm like, she's moving kind of funny. So I didn't reach out to her. She didn't reach out to me, and that was it. That was the end of that.
She's still there?
No.
Oh,
She wasn't working there anymore either.
Okay.
So I think that I don't know if it's and look how far I've progressed since that. I know she mad somewhere, but it is what it is.
Hey sis.
And it's like that goes to what you were saying, to your point about like jealousy can't exist in a friendship, because like you should want me to progress in my career. You should want me to do better, whether or not like that means leaving you behind temporarily. Because I mean, eventually I would assume that you're going to grow and you're going to do what you want to do. But if you can't like be happy for me in that moment, then we were never friends, clearly.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah.
But anyway, I know this topic can go on and on and on, but Walter's telling we on a time crunch. So Tasha, tell me your pet peeve. Quick, hurry up.
Oh yeah. Not you rushing me and like yelling at me too. Cause it brings me to
Oh,
my
by
first...
the way, this is our palate cleanse.
Yeah, it's our palate cleanse. Which brings me to my first pet peeve, tone. And that's your pet peeve about for real. Like I'm very like, I don't know. I'm very like, don't yell at me, don't snap at me.
I didn't yell at you, but okay.
No, you did. No, I'm just kidding. Like tone to me is like a big thing. Like I remember, oh my God, I did this at work. I remember one of she's like my boss actually, and she said something and I gave her like the way I gave her a look, she switched up. She goes, no, I didn't mean, it's just that like, you know, it's really loud and I was just trying to like overpower. I was like, no, okay. Cause in my head I'm like, girl, talk to me like that. Like, you know. So tone for me, and another thing is this is kind of petty, but like I can't see how people act like they know me better than me. You know what I'm saying? Like they're just like, yeah, I know you gonna do X, Y, and Z, and I'm like, no, I'm not.
that's a good one.
I can't stand it because I'm like, I know me. You don't know me more than me.
That's a good one.
And then another one would be like, I just hate xenophobia. Like people who are just prejudiced. I don't know. I just don't like it. I don't like any kind of like prejudices.
Dying over here.
No, something got in my throat.
Are you okay?
My throat. I feel like a dust bubble just went in my throat.
That dust bubble.
A dust mite. Ooh, okay, I'm good.
Any kind of like people who are just like prejudiced or like I don't like it. I just be like, that's annoying to me. And also another one is I do this too, but I also sad. But it's like I can't stand people interrupt me when I'm talking. But it's like I do it sometimes. I do it too. But I really am trying to be like really mindful, like not
Child,
doing
you
it.
should hear the four of us on the phone.
Oh my God!
You were telling me that the other day.
A constant interruption. Nobody finishes their thought. Is hilarious.
There are times I just want to hang up.
To the point that somebody has to be like, "Excuse me, I was talking."
Yes,
because it's like we just.
Usually me
it's
or,
funny
or,
because
or,
I have a foursome friend group too, and I can't even imagine all four of us. Well, we can't even all four be on FaceTime because one of them has an Android.
that was
me. Tasha.
You moved over to Team iPhone?
Yes.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
she has an
I
iPhone.
did.
To the point that the group chat is called Tasha finally has an iPhone.
Yeah,
See,
that's
we can't name our group chat because one individual has green bubbles.
Oh my
so
God,
it's
I
very
think I know who you're
frustrating.
talking about. Is
Yes,
it her?
It's very frustrating.
Of course,
I
she would have that.
sympathize with you.
You know?
I empathize with you.
If she was here like she was supposed to be, I would have been like, you.
Yeah, I know exactly what has an iPhone.
I had a Chinese
Yeah.
Samsung.
Yeah, she did.
It was a good phone.
The day she got that phone, we were like,
Congratulations.
hallelujah.
Congratulations, Tasha.
And then Tasha said, I can FaceTime now.
It felt good, didn't it?
It did. It was like, oh, this is cute.
Yeah.
I like this.
Mine is funny, y'all, and y'all gonna laugh. Mine is bad customer service.
Yes,
And-
you said that.
Oh, turn into a Karen.
What?
Real
Do
quick.
I turn into a Karen,
Real
baby?
quick.
Baby, I want to call corporate.
You remember Blend?
Girl, I lose my mind expeditiously. Like it just does something to my system because not only am I spending my hard-earned money, but it's just like, bitch, I didn't do nothing to you. So don't come to me with your
Just 'cause you
motherfucking
miserable
attitude.
with your job.
Like, don't do that. Now, if I'm a bitch, fine. I expect you to give me the same energy I give you. But if I'm just asking you questions or I'm asking you something that you should be knowledgeable about, don't get mad at me because you don't know what the fuck it is that you're doing. Like, I don't like that. Any type of bad customer service, I tend to lose it.
Yeah, she was about to lose it at
lose
Blends.
it. And then the
Damn.
reason I lost it was because this one gave bad information. This one gave bad information. Rachel, she came to us telling us that supposedly we thinking she said.
Just to let you know, I was under the influence.
She was
All
under
right,
influence,
so, like,
and she
she's
made
a
it
little
sound like
excusable.
the lady like said some sly shit. And then I'm like, oh, I'm ready. Where is corporate? Where's my phone? I'm ready to get people fired.
Here's the thing. When I'm, I'll tell you this. When I'm high, I am ditzy. Very ditzy. It's really bad. And then I came to her, I was like, yo, and she said that she's going to put us by the table where the door is. And she said that we're going to have to take it. I was talking just like this.
That would have hyped me up too.
I got so
And
angry.
she was sitting there fuming. You can see
That the smoke coming out of her ear. I was so
mad. And then I go to the bathroom.
And then another waitress came and spoke to us, and I mentioned it to her, and then she was like, "No, that's not what happened. No, she said da 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 da."
I come from the bathroom. They all having this conversation. It was funny. They all having this conversation. I finished using the bathroom. I'm eating my dessert. I'm like, what are they talking about? And they're just like, yeah, because she had an attitude, and then she was saying that, and I'm like, no, I didn't say that. I was like,
Girl, look what you caused.
and they looked at me. I never
Look
seen
what you
three girls glare at me the way that they did,
no.
and I'm sitting there like, what I do?
Look what you
I
did.
was ready
really
to burn that
I was
restaurant
really
to the
sitting
ground,
there like,
Rachel.
What restaurant is this?
It was Blend.
Blend on the water.
Blend on
Yes,
the water.
you know how Blend has the one.
I've never been
in
there.
Long Island City. They have like one by the water, but then they have another one that's like further up.
Okay.
They have two, and then they have the one in Astoria.
Mm-hmm.
Girl, I was ready to set that bitch on flames.
And then we got in a car, and then one of our friends go, Tasha, why did you sit there? She goes, even if that girl didn't say it, you should have just shut. And I was like, I was
so mad.
rolling.
That is one thing I do like. Bad customer service just
Yeah.
irks
I
me.
agree.
It
I agree.
irks
I
me.
agree.
And like whenever I'm out with Oz, like he on the other hand, he's like the type of boyfriend is like if they brought him the wrong thing, he won't say anything.
But you,
Girl,
this is why y'all are together.
when
This
I
is why y'all
tell
are
you
together.
that he has to be like, babe, no. I'm like, no, that's not what you wanted. I'm not paying for something, mind you. I'm not even paying. I'm not paying for something you didn't want. Excuse me. That's not what he wanted. Take it back. And oh my God, red. Just red. And you know he's
Poor
dark
Oz.
skin. Red. And I'm like, one time we went out to dinner and he had ordered salmon, but he didn't want to jerk. Because, he can't do spicy. Child, I'm like, he was like, oh my God, baby, this is jerk. I'm like, baby, send it back. He was like, no, it's okay. I'm like, just send it back. No, it's okay. By the end of dinner, he was sweating.
Because it was so hot.
Because it was so hot. I'm like, you didn't want to send it back. Now you're sweating. He was like, no, because. And that same dinner, Shorty wrote her number on the
For
bill.
him.
Woo!
Were y'all on a date one-on-one?
It was my birthday.
Oh,
this
so was
year?
it?
No,
Last
I was about to say, was I
Years
there?
ago.
It was
No,
one
no,
of
no.
you. Oh,
Years ago.
but it was just the two of you?
Yes, me and him.
The audacity.
No, good. A lot of people.
And
And
he
he
know,
didn't,
we
he
would
didn't
have
tell
to
me.
fight.
He didn't
We
tell
would
me.
have to
He didn't tell me
Because
until
that's
afterwards.
disrespectful.
And
That's like blatant disrespect.
Yeah.
That's blatant.
Recently
That's
at the
blatant
gym,
disrespect.
they
We
were
would
doing
have
like
to
a yoga class, and I was standing outside the class, and they were like some Caribbean song, and I was just doing like a little thing. He's standing right next to me, and I guess a guy coming in didn't see him because he was on to the side, and he like as he's passing me, he goes, "Nobody in there can move like you," and I was like, And then Oz came and he was like, what he said? I was like, nothing. And then when we went outside, I told him, he was like, he paused. And I'm like, what you gonna do about it now, nigga? He already in there. We already outside.
Let me tell you something.
Like,
Men,
what we gonna do
men
about
and
it?
women will be that bold.
That's so
and
disrespectful.
No, but I honestly
I've been on
think he
dates
didn't-
with dudes.
I
And
didn't think he
guys
saw
I'd
it.
be like,
I
you
mean,
don't see
when
me
I
on a
was
date?
the last ex I was with, like females used to not so blatantly in my face because I was a little crazy back then. I probably would have fought.
Is that the
But-
same ex we're talking about?
Yeah, that's
Yeah, that's the last person.
I only have two exes in my
that's
life,
true.
like actual
Yeah,
exes.
you're right.
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
were my boyfriends. But yeah, like not blatantly, but females would like be
Yeah.
flirting with him in my face, and I'm like, what? I have stupid written on my forehead.
What the fuck, am I invisible?
Yeah, but I was like really quick to want to fight back then. So
Yeah.
I'm glad
I mean,
have
there are
evolved.
situations where
Woo,
girls don't
child,
know,
there was
but
a circumstance that I had to hold her back, a whole bunch of other bitches back. One was taking out a bottle out of the car. I was like, oh, Jesus Christ, help me, Lord.
Are we out of time, aren't we? Yeah.
we kind of
I think that's
we are
it.
out.
Is that
Wait,
time?
would you say
your pet peeve?
Oh. Yeah, I should have thought about this prior. I guess my pet peeve, speaking of like, oh, this actually just happened recently. My pet peeve is people that start things they can't finish. Meaning, so I was out with some people last week or whatever. I don't like people that are loud and rah and like will start something or like curse somebody out, but you know you can't fight. Because when you do that now and then you retreat,
It
now you
puts
put
you in
me in a situation.
Yes.
Like, now do I have to fight the nigga because you did all that running off at the mouth? So I don't like people that like basically write a check that they can't cash.
Yeah.
Like
I agree.
don't put me in a situation because you want to be rah and
So that
act
person
that
could
way.
be crazy.
Yeah, like people are crazy these days.
Yeah.
People are very crazy these days. So it's like you just gotta like keep cool.
Yeah.
If you can't handle your liquor, that's my pet peeve. People that cannot handle their liquor. But if you can't handle
And
your
know
liquor,
that they can't handle their liquor, but they still
still
are
act out.
drinking.
Yeah, those are my pet peeves. Really.
Okay.
I hope you guys will let us know what are
Yes.
you guys' pet peeves.
And also let us know what you guys feel about friendships. You know,
Yeah.
let us know. Tell us the tea in the comments.
And the do's and don'ts.
yes, please. So also like, comment, and subscribe on
at-
YouTube on Major Point, which is MajahPoint.
Rachel, you want to give your handle?
That's
What you know about me?
Rachel, what's your handle?
Oh, you could take my personal handle is XOXO _ Rachie RACHIEBEE. Do you know what that means?
And
And you can follow my podcast page.
Yes.
Let me say this: I have not been posting. I have not been recording because I just been chilling.
But
But
soon
my
come.
soon come. Everybody keeps asking me honestly, but which I'm glad you guys like invited me because everybody's like, when you gonna start?
No,
My
and this is a full circle moment because we were
they were on my
podcast.
podcast. Major Point means back that glass up. So the name of my podcast is Back That Glass Up. Same handle on IG, so you can follow me there too.
Yes.
Yay.
And we'll be back as soon as I go pee.
Yes.
For episode
Bye,
two, part
guys.